July 10th, which was also my 50th birthday. I know, I don't look 50. I look 60, but that's okay. It's been a hard last 3 years. But many of these people who are with me were also with me in August of '05 when we changed the world in Crawford, Texas at Camp Casey. Now we really, at that point, not even half of the country disagreed with George Bush. Not even half of the country disagreed with his war.